What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. Let's take a look and talk about Saitarealty. What went wrong? What do we need to expect? Make sure you subscribe to the channel for daily cryptocurrency content. So I was live streaming last night. We called it for a delay. We're going to take a look at what's going on. It hasn't done anything in terms of the price. Saitama is bleeding right now, 18.95% down. The 1417 range is kind of hard to stomach. We said it was going to be a rough ride. When we look at some of the stats, you can see, so there's a huge amount of volume going through. $11.1 million in terms of daily volume. Holders 341k. Market cap though at 750 million is exceptionally low for where Saitama normally is. Liquidity is a bit difficult to kind of look at the minute because they're definitely moving liquidity over to Saitamask. We're going to have a look at that in a minute. 12.6 million in terms of liquidity, but I don't think that's anything to worry about. So we did obviously get this kind of tweet from Saitarealty. A few wallets were able to swap through the route during testing, so we have decided to postpone and redeploy a new contract, which I think is quite a big thing to redeploy a totally new contract. I get why they're having to do it ish. I would have just thought it would have been a new contract address. We will update everyone on the day, time ASAP. This is to ensure the fairest launch possible. Thank you for your continued patience and support. And I mean, it kind of became quite obvious last night. The launch was meant to go ahead at 10 p.m. GMT. We never saw anything. And then we didn't see anything for a couple of hours until we sort of got the contract address out, which again, you couldn't really check. We had loads of issues in terms of Saitamask and what that looked like. So obviously the answer is to postpone it yet again. A disappointment, I think, is probably the best way to put it. A disappointment in terms of just getting these things out. And I guess there's some real reflection here for the team at Saitama, and just to understand, why are they not getting these things right? Why are they not launching these products when they say they're going to do? Why is it not working when it should? I think the community would much prefer to be told earlier rather than later. I know that, you know, look, I was still up into the early hours of the morning looking to see what was going on. And I just think that's where they kind of let themselves down a little bit. That's where they need to be more transparent. You think about how much we get when we've got a UFC fight or a boxing fight. They're all over it. This is where there's an integrity becomes important, I think. Certainly as a development team. And certainly, look, when your price is high and your volume's good and people are absolutely just buying into the project, you can kind of do what you want. When right now it's kind of struggling a little bit, and it is struggling, we can't deny that. The price is 1419, it's significantly down. Anyone that bought in at the top here is down big. And again, I still state it's a long-term hold for me. I definitely think it's going to come back, but we cannot deny the truth right now that it is not having a good ride right now. I think you just have to operate with a level of integrity that builds trust. And I for one, think that the trust is slowly depleting with Saitama. Definitely for people that, I guess, the money you want to come in, the people making the transactions, the thing that drives liquidity and volume, they're the people that are going to go elsewhere. Obviously, reacting to some of the noise, you can kind of see people are disappointed, people are frustrated that it's kind of not landed. Equally, people are, you know, diamond handing it, people are absolutely kind of all over it. If we take a look at Russ's tweet, there hasn't been anything coming out of today. It's all gone very quiet, which I guess is a good thing in some respects. It means they're working on it. You kind of want to see something out of the dev team. This is where I think right now Russ needs to come out on some AMAs. Just let the people know what's going on. He did do a space last night. Again, talked about kind of what they've done, how people have got through, tried to sort of set people's minds at ease, I guess, in terms of what was happening. I don't know if it did that particularly well, but again, it's kind of one of those things that God and Russ just needs to be honest. Now, we do have this Etherscan address, which we believe is the Etherscan address for Saitamask. You see here, $216,000, well, nearly $217,000, 35 ETH, nearly $100,000. And we can see if we click in the tokens that are in there, you've got Mandoc, Shirio, Ridge, USDC, and then all these kind of weird ones, Disney Meta, are all these kind of dust tokens, but Impact XP, Kishimoto. So we believe this is the kind of Saitamask wallet, if you like. And we can also see the Saitarealty here. So this would have been the 54 quads they were loaded in for liquidity, we believe, into this address, this contract address, which we can kind of go into. And again, you can see it's all Saitarealty or Saitama in, obviously, is the pairing. Over $220,000 in Saitama in this app. So again, it could be it. We don't know. There's a lot of movement in terms of Saitarealty going through this particular wallet under the ERC20 tokens. So the liquidity is there. It's kind of there. You can sort of see some of these little transactions going through. from some of these other transactions addressed. So clearly people were getting the contract address out. Clearly people were kind of getting hold of it. You can see it here, look. So you can see contracts, and you can see purchases have kind of gone through, hence the balance being at 53,382 as opposed to 54 quads. So you can see there are some transactions moving through. So that's kind of where we are. We are on the, I guess, kind of waiting to see what happens. We'll obviously get some data from the team and see what comes out. But right now, Saitama is hurting. People are getting back in, let's be honest. But I think we're going to see quite a lot of this where people sell out. But let me know what you guys are doing in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next video.